There's two deeply unquestioned assumptions in science, never questioned. The first is that matter is insentient, that matter doesn't have any awareness whatsoever. That's where things get stuck. That's where the hard problem comes from. We assume that matter has no consciousness whatsoever, and so the problem comes, how does consciousness come into existence then? Well, and here the twist is, the matter that we assume is unconscious is the model of matter which we have in the mind. We don't know what the physical world itself is like. We have this image in the mind of matter, and that's all we ever know. We think that image we have of matter is unconscious. And that's where I think all the problems come from.
In Judeo-Christian thinking, there's the instant of Genesis, when God said, "Let there be light." But in Buddhism, there is no Genesis. Timelessness, no beginning, no end. And how can you reconcile this? Either the universe had a beginning or it didn't. There's no middle ground until now. Now there is a way to combine Buddhism with Judeo-Christian thinking on Genesis. We physicists now believe, though we can't yet prove yet, we believe that there is continual Genesis in an ocean, a timeless ocean of 11-dimensional nirvana.
I'm Dr. Mitchell Gibson. I'm a psychiatrist by profession, but I'm going to retire from that in about a month so I can do teaching full time. And this is my passion, teaching people spirituality and the wonders of human potential. I see some faces from last year, and I see a lot of people that are new. This is a seminar, actually this is a talk that is condensed from a 2-day seminar. So we have 115 slides to get through. We won't get through all of them, but we have about 3 hours. I mean, there's going to be a break in there. What we're going to do today is to go over the forces and the dynamics of the spiritual world. And we're going to make some definitions about what the spiritual world is, how it functions, and how we function within it. Because as human beings, we are an integral part of what we would sort of loosely call the spiritual world. It is a real thing. Now, why is a doctor here talking to you about the spiritual world? Well, when I was a kid, and you probably heard this story 100 times, but it's true, I could see things around people, and I could see people that had passed on, and I thought everybody could do that. And so one day I talked with my pastor, who happened to be a fundamentalist Baptist minister, about that. I was 7, and I asked him, why do these dead people hang around their funerals? Why do these spirits walk around? And he told my mom. And I didn't mention it much after that, because I realized that most people couldn't see those things. When I was in the 1st grade, I would sit in my class while the teacher was going over certain things, and I would leave my body and float on the ceiling and look at her upside down. I thought it was funny until I told her about it one day. I've learned since not to talk so much, except in certain groups. I learned that certain things about humanity, most people can't really accept. Most people accept reality the way that we're taught, but reality doesn't necessarily conform itself to rules that we are readily taught in school. As Dr. Michio Kaku was talking about this morning, reality has multiple dimensions. That's been proven.